What?
Grandpa, you talk about something you like in your life.
Something that I like in my life.
Yeah.
Does it
What
start
I-
with an S?
Yes, what I really like in my life is told her if she really acted calm and cool and didn't leap around, she could eat tons of candy and her mother wouldn't care. As long as you are slow and just move slowly, you can have tons of candy. I'm going to go get some candy for you now. Malted
You're not,
milk.
Carl. No, thank you, Carl.
Malted milk.
chocolate. No, thank you,
Chocolate
Stop!
with sweets.
Grandpa, stop.
All right.
Grandpa,
There's more orange food.
no thank you.
Are you sure that you're very good?
No.
We didn't buy any of these. Oh, when I got out of the Army, I had the GI Bill. And so I could finish, work in English, my English degree.
Here, you know what?
Let him take it. Let him.
I got a job up at the UMD library.
You have to take this off.
Okay.
You want to be there?
Or wait, could I?
Yeah.
And so,
When did you meet? When did you meet?
well, I'm going to get around to that. I worked at the UMD library for a woman by the name of Mrs. Alm. And my job was binding periodicals. The magazines that they had, I would put them in a vise and squeeze them and then make saw cuts on the back and bind them up, tie a knot. So I made books out of the magazines.
Oh, cool.
And that was in the back of the circulation desk where Grandma was. And every time I'd walk by the circulation desk, she'd give me a big smile.
I wasn't a grandma then.
No, she wasn't a grandma. She was a girl.
Was she Mary or Mary Ellen or which name was?
She was Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen who?
Trudell.
How did you know her name?
It's a name tag.
I probably ran up to you and say, hi, my name is Mary Ellen.
I
He
think
had
we
a
had-
long scarf that went all the way from one toe around his head down to the other toe. That's how I knew him.
She always talked about that scarf and then she gave it away. That scarf was cashmere. I bought it when I was in France, in Europe.
Did you have a
Wonderful scarf.
Hawaiian shirt that she gave away too?
Oh,
Sorry, I just started that one.
that,
Try it again.
come on. A beautiful silk Hawaiian shirt, black, coal black with lime green leaves on it. It was beautiful. That shirt today would be worth $200, $300. I could sell it. Anyway, every time I went, I was in back there, and then she would come back in and smile at me and things. Then my job was also to put the periodicals back in the shelves. And when I was back up and putting periodicals back in, are you listening to this, Sally? Mm-hmm. I was putting the magazines back on the shelves. Then this young lady, Mary Ellen, and she wore a blue dress and she had brown flat shoes on. She'd appear at the end of the stack.
What was I doing there?
Ostensibly she was looking for a bound periodical.
What was I doing in that library?
You worked in the library.
Okay.
You had a library degree and were finished with college and all that kind of stuff. But I was.
You were done? Oh.
She was done. She was employed. So every time I went up in the stacks, she tracked me down in the stacks. Captured
I
me.
did. I went just looking.
What?
Oh, you did? I thought
She would
he
go
was
looking
like
for me.
saying this his way.
Well, why'd you like him?
Yeah.
Why did you want to track him down? Was he cute or did you think he was handsome?
Yeah, he didn't have a mustache. He looked like he was about 14.
How old
Okay,
are
that's
you?
what I thought when I saw you, Keith.
I was 20. I was 20.
23 or something?
No, 22.
How old?
Years.
How old were you?
I was 3 years older than whatever he was.
Okay, so you were 24.
25.
25. 22.
Now, what did I think of? Why was he cute?
If you were 1990 and 22.
He was very bashful. Would you believe that? He was very bashful. he'd stand with his hands in his pockets and talk to me. And once we had coffee together, I don't know if we just bumped into each other there.
Yeah.
He was so
Go ahead and pour some.
bashful
No, there's one that's open. Can you use that one?
with, he was just bashful, and I liked that. That was nice.
How many?
She was a nice lady because you could, person, woman, girl, whatever,
Only missing
you
one.
could carry on a conversation with her. You know, I mean, there was all the biological zings were going off, of course, but you could still, you could talk to her. And we had nice conversations. And,
About the stacks and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And about Mrs. Barber.
but she had all kinds of Mrs. Barber stories to tell me. Mrs. Barber was
My boss.
yeah, your boss. She was head librarian at that time. She wasn't? I didn't know you at Old Main Library, did I? No. But I worked at Old Main. I worked at Old Main. It was called Old Main, the Old Main Library that burned.
That must be old and the B.
Yes, it was old.
And then me?
And Maine, M-A-I-N.
The hair on the back of a horse.
Oh.
No, that's M-A-N-E.
Right.
That, helped move that library
It's not a deal for now.
up to UMD, up to the upper campus.
Oh, I didn't see. I was just looking.
And then when we got to the upper campus, I helped move that library twice.
So when did you ask Mom out on a date or something?
Yeah, I got her telephone number.
How?
I don't know, I probably asked her for it, and it was
You
her,
didn't go look it up in the phone book?
maybe I looked it up I might have looked it up in the class, in the directory.
I don't know, Carl. You never told me.
I don't know, I've forgotten.
He called me on April the 10th because it was, no, you called me on my birthday and we went out on April the 10th.
Why? Why? How do you know that it was?
Because my birthday, he called me on my birthday,
April 8th?
April 8th,
You went out 2 days after.
apparently.
You
I've been, all my life I've been confused about when her birthday was.
Grandma, what are you
Whether it's on the 8th or the 10th.
The year?
Yeah.
1931.
Oh.
How
We
soon
were-
did you get married after you met?
April 8th. Sally has a calendar. She's been
Less
trying
than
to
a
track
year?
everything down for me.
No, I don't know.
I'm interested in your answer, Carl.
I don't remember.
Well, you know the date that you got married,
Well, we got married on March
22nd.
22nd. That was during Lent. That was during Lent, and I was,
Out when you were, the day you were born. A month after you were born.
yeah, and,
So did you get married then that next year in March?
yeah, about a year.
So you,
Turns out about a year afterwards.
So when did you kiss first?
Kiss?
We never did.
Oh.
you still have it?
No.
Oh, your mother, she chased me. She said, when are you going to kiss me, Carl? And she said things like that.
I think you have kids.
No,
You
she
say
didn't.
that?
No.
No.
This woman that was my boss, Mrs. Barber, was just not a nice lady. And she was very demanding and she was not a nice lady at all.
Very rich.
No,
No.
no, no.
It rhymes with rich.
Yeah, that's the word that I felt I shouldn't use.
You just about said it next time.
And
It rhymes with rich.
now you drove out of my mind.
Sorry.
Oh, she didn't want, one of the things she didn't want was for me
You
to
to
be
date them.
friendly with the people that came in the library, which were all around my age, of course. And so Carl and I had to be very
Circumspect
circumspect about,
means we need to be very careful.
and we didn't talk to each other in front of her, and that's why we'd see each other up in the stacks and stuff. And then, when almost this year later, when we said we were going to get married, can I have the day off? They all said, didn't even know you were going out. Nobody in the library knew that we were going out, and here we were getting married.
I think Mrs. Alma had suspicions.
But you kissed before you went out, or before you got married, right?
We must have, I don't remember the first kiss. I remember that shirt because he had that shirt on when we discussed marriage.
The Hawaiian one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's thinking, yeah. You're like, oh, God.
But see, I had the GI Bill then. was $106 a month,
I don't know,
something like that.
What did Tesla, was it Tesla that made the remark, or Rosenthal, or who made the remark?
Oh, yeah. The people in the English department, professors in the English department they were really pretty funny because they all knew Mary Ellen because she was a librarian up there. And they made rude remarks to me about capturing this innocent librarian.
Well, and that I was gonna pay your way.
Yeah, and then
to school.
that Mary Ellen was going to have to pay my way, or she'd pay my way through the end of the school. And you did.
Julie, how was your marriage?
I don't have one. I can't tell any stories like that.
Mom, Dad, how was your marriage?
They're all out there.
That's fine.
You can tell stories like that.
Who's out there?
There's always somebody out there if you want them. There is.
So that's the end of our story.
Do you